I want to take you back to one of my earliest memories. I was only 2 or 3 years old, sitting in a meditation class with my family. I remember being taught to close my eyes, breathe deeply into my abdomen and lungs, gently swallow to hold the breath, and visualize numbers while practicing focused attention. As a child, I had no idea I was learning skills that would accompany me for the rest of my life. Years later, I would discover that many contemplative traditions describe that pause after the inhale as a place of profound stillness, a gap between the seen and the unseen. Whether understood through psychology, physiology, or contemplative practice, this stillness became the foundation of my life. At 21 years old, I left Canada, left my marriage, and left university after 3 years of classical voice training. I moved to Mexico without speaking Spanish and with only $100 in my pocket. I chose to follow my deepest calling, even though it meant stepping into total uncertainty. Throughout my life, I have faced grief, fear, and profound transformation. During the most painful moments of my life, I discovered that whenever everything else felt uncertain, one thing never abandoned me: my breath. Breathing did not instantly remove the pain, it made the pain bearable. Breath became the place I returned to whenever life felt overwhelming. I realized I no longer feared the difficult moments because I trusted that I knew how to return to myself. The first thing I ever did was take a breath. The last thing I will ever do is release one. Between those two moments, my breath has never left my side. It has quietly accompanied me through every joy, every heartbreak, every fear, every leap into the unknown, and every transformation. Whenever I felt alone, I eventually realized I wasn't. My breath had been waiting for me all along. Why does breathing have such a profound effect on us? It isn't just a poetic metaphor, it is grounded in the fundamental biology of your nervous system. To understand this, we have to look at how the breath acts as a bridge between your conscious mind and your body's automatic systems. Your heart beats without your awareness. Your digestion happens automatically. Your immune system protects you without asking permission. But your breath is different. It continues automatically, yet at any moment, you can consciously influence it. This makes breathing one of the few direct pathways through which the conscious mind can influence the body's automatic systems. When you slow your breath intentionally, you stimulate the vagus nerve, the main component of the parasympathetic nervous system. This stimulation sends a signal to your brain that you are safe. It shifts the body out of survival mode, where we react to stress, and toward a state of regulation, recovery, and social engagement. As your breathing changes, your heart rate variability changes. We call this heart coherence, a state where the heart and brain are in perfect communication. In this state, emotional regulation improves, attention becomes more focused, and the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for creativity and decision-making, becomes more available to us. Modern neuroscience is offering an extraordinary perspective, but it is also building a bridge to ancient wisdom. Across history, nearly every civilization recognized the profound importance of breath, even if they used different languages to describe the same mystery. The yogic traditions called it prana. Traditional Chinese philosophy called it qi or qi. In Hebrew, the words for breath, spirit, and life are deeply connected. In Greek, the word pneuma referred to both the breath and the animating principle of life itself. These traditions weren't necessarily in conflict with science. They were simply describing the same human experience through different lenses. Within the Alive framework, we use the term creative life force. This refers to the innate vitality expressed through your love, your purpose, your contribution, and your growth. The breath does not create this life force. Instead, it reconnects us with the life that is already moving through us. It is the doorway through which we learn to consciously direct our energy. Each conscious breath is an invitation to return, from fear to presence, from fragmentation to integration, from survival to creativity, and from disconnection to aliveness. Every inhale reminds us that life continues to move through us. Every exhale teaches us trust, surrender, and renewal. It reminds us that we are still connected and still capable of becoming more fully ourselves. The quality of your breath often reflects the quality of your inner world. When we rush, our breath becomes rushed. When we are afraid, it becomes shallow. But when we feel safe and connected, our breathing naturally slows and deepens. Learning to breathe consciously isn't about controlling life, it's about learning how to participate in it. Perhaps the greatest relationship you will ever have is the one you have with your own breath. It has never asked for recognition. It has never judged you. It has never left you. It has been the quiet companion waiting for you all along. Through every heartbeat and every heartbeat, it is your most direct experience of being alive. Today, we've seen how the breath bridges our biology and our spirit. We've explored how it regulates our stress, connects us to ancient traditions, and serves as the doorway to our creative life force. Take one takeaway with you. Your breath is your anchor in a world of uncertainty. In our next lesson, we'll build on this foundation by exploring the Alive Assessment, a tool to help you measure your energy, alignment, and satisfaction across all dimensions of your life. I look forward to continuing this conversation with you. Perhaps learning to breathe consciously is simply learning to remember that life has been carrying you all along.